Linde are the sponsors of the German Masters. Started way back in Stuttgart in '87, moved to Motzener just outside Berlin for a time, but now at Gut Lärchenhof in Cologne. Michael Campbell leads by 1. Bernhard Langer currently 6 shots behind, and he's playing his second to the last from the light rough, Warren.
Yes, the man who's won 37 European Tour titles, 10 of them, of course, in Germany. And when you consider this field, there are some 72 past winners playing in a field of 108. It's a very high caliber event, as you'd expect, with the Irwin brothers involved. And that's a fine way to play the 18th for Bernhard.
Now Monty.
A little bit more awkward this shot. He's just missed the first cut of rough in the deeper stuff away on the right, so it'll be hard to control the length of the shot. But he's done it well. He was very determined when he came here 2 years ago, needed to win that event, to win the Order of Merit. He managed it with a great putt on the last hole.
Thomas Bjorn's approach. We've mentioned, good effort there. We've mentioned Lee Westwood and the defending champion Sergio Garcia. Nick Faldo also here. He's on 8 under par, and so too the Masters champion Vijay Singh. He's back on 7 under par after rounds of 69, 70, 70.
Caceres driving off the last hole. No surprise to find it on the short grass. Really has driven the ball very well indeed, but for Michael Campbell, just a 3-wood off the tee.
Some oohs and ahs.
Oohs and ahs because it was going down the tight line, but not a problem for Campbell.
Harrington has sprayed a few. Let's see if he can hit the fairway.
Played this event 4 times as Mordrake Harrington, the German Masters, inside the top 10 3 times, never out of the top 30. And that one's going to be okay.
Great day. The second round was played in absolutely brilliant summer-like weather, warm, no wind, and we've had marvellous scoring all week. When Monty won, he was 22 under par. That record could go this week. Langer then for a birdie at the last.
Pulled a number of putts today to the left, but that one would have gone in if he'd have just hit it. And he knows it.
Might have saved as many as 3 shots had he had any better luck with the putter today. But he's in the clubhouse with a 69. 2 67s and today a 69. Just the 1 shot dropped. But some birdie chances did go a-begging.
Chance for Colin. Good grip there of the putter, both palms opposite each other as he places his hands on the putter. But he shoved that one a little bit out to the right, and I wonder if that was anything to do with the putt going left on the 17th. Maybe just a misread. Can't believe it's gone away to the right.
There are some subtleties on these greens, not huge slopes, but some very crafty little borrows. But 66 for Colin Montgomery to add to his earlier rounds of 67 and 68. He's having a good week.
Good putting week. 28, 27 and 27 putts.
Bjorn for a birdie to get to 14 under. Deserves it after his second shot. Opened with a 68, added a 66 and 68 today. Bjorn on 14 under. But remember, putting it in perspective, that's still 5 shots behind the man who's coming up behind him on the 18th, Michael Campbell. Quite a gap between Caceres in second place and Montgomery and Harrington in third.
Roderick from the right rough. Some distance back, so a slightly longer shot for him than Colin Montgomery, but how about this? And that's what we've seen from most of the players all week, just peppering the flag. A little bit wider the fairways, and it is target golf with soft greens, but nevertheless the standard has been exceptional.
Scorer this week is Annette Hoffman, whose father, Willie Hoffman, of course, has long time been Bernhard Langer's coach. He had a heart operation a couple of weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, I think, and it was nice to see him back in action with Bernhard here this week as Caceres sends that one way past the flag.
Yes, Willie Hoffman looking pretty good and signalling good signs for Langer, saying the best he's seen him swing the club for 2 years. Campbell approach to the last hole. Pace of his swing reminds me of Tom Watson. Nice brisk smooth action, and he may be a little bit disgruntled with that, but you can see a very high percentage of greens he's hit in regulation, added by the AXA statistics this week.
£271,613 to the winner, so it's a big money event. Caceres from long range for a birdie 3.
And pretty slippy coming down from the back of the green. Not one he can really rush at.
Well, he's going to make his par. He's going to be home in 30 once he holds that one. And a very good back 9. Sam Torrance came home in 31. But 30 the best of the week. Once he's holed it, that is. Campbell for a birdie. And also just went to the right, just as Colin Montgomery's did. So maybe there is a subtlety there that both Montgomery and Campbell didn't quite see. 68, 64, and today a 65. 197, 19 under par for Michael Campbell as he chases his 3rd victory of the season.
Just about the easiest 65 you'll ever see.
This to jump ahead of Colin Montgomery on the leaderboard. This for a birdie. Disappointing miss for Harrington at the last. So he's in the clubhouse on 15 under. 66, 66. Today a 69 for Harrington, watched by wife Caroline. Just that one shot dropped today, and that's the only shot he has dropped all week.
Very high caliber golf. Caceres taps in to be home in 30 in a round of 65 as well, and no bogeys for him in 3 rounds of golf. Excellent display by the Argentinian.
So after 54 holes, Michael Campbell on 19 under leads Caceres by 1. Caceres in turn 3 shots clear of Montgomery and Harrington. Bjorn in 5th place, Langer, Torrance, Jimenez, Garrido and young Adam Scott all in the top 10. Well, everybody looking forward to what was going to be a great last round, but heavy rain through the night on Saturday, Sunday morning caused flooding on the course, and Michael Campbell was eventually declared winner when the event was reduced to just 54 holes. An unfortunate finish to what had been a wonderful event, but Michael Campbell wasn't complaining. He picked up his largest cheque of his career. His first prize here worth more than the sum of his 2 earlier first prize cheques this season. Adam Scott making his card on the European Tour with his performance finishing in the top 10. There's Lee Westwood. He had to be content with 11th this week. Sergio Garcia, the defending champion, finishing 17th. While they were playing for Ryder Cup points, curiously, since they started points collecting, we've had 4 events and 3 of them won by players not involved in Ryder Cup action. Thomas Bjorn with his performance here, moving ahead of Westwood and Harrington and Clark to the top of the Volvo Order of Merit. Nick Faldo in the top 10. And there's the Ryder Cup captain too, Sam Torrance. No Ryder Cup points worries for Campbell as he picks up the cheque and the trophy, and just reminds himself that he could still finish #1 if he does well in the Volvo Masters and the Amex, the World Championship event. He's gone through the £1 million mark now in earnings. He's jumped ahead of Colin Montgomery in the Volvo Order of Merit, still headed by Lee Westwood. Well, Warren, it was a great week for Michael Campbell, playing perhaps his most relaxed golf of the season.
He played terrifically from tee to green. He was attacking when he needed to attack, and on the putting surface he holed those all-important eagle putts. He'll be delighted to have got his hands on a trophy won in Europe.
The Linde German Masters winner, Michael Campbell.